Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the AEW Dark Review for the 21st of December 2021. And yet again, not exactly a show that you have to go out of your way to see by any stretch of the imagination. We start off with the Gun Club, Austin and Colton Gunn defeating Lee Johnson and Brock Anderson. Arn Anderson is in the corner of his son, obviously. Set up on Dark a few weeks ago, Billy Gunn wasn't at ringside, and Anderson is really good on the mat, working over the left arm on Austin and Colton Gunn. The Guns get a long heat segment on Johnson before he gets the hot tag to Anderson, hitting a double DDT on both Guns, then gets a near fall on Austin. After a bit of a miscommunication between Brock and Austin, Brock gets tripped up. Colton gets a small package by Austin for the 3 count. Weird finish here. Abaddon defeats Charlotte Renegade 104. Running Senton squashes Renegade like a bug following Abaddon's inverted DDT finisher for a pin and win here. Eddie Kingston defeats Colin Delaney. Kingston works over headlock early, gives Delaney a clean break, but then they go all the way back and intimidates him. Goes nuts on him. Delaney slaps Kingston, and then Delaney walks the ropes, springs into a cutter. Kingston comes back with an exploder suplex, a Salto suplex, and a DDT for the pinfall win. Penelope Ford defeated Willow Nightingale 220. Taz lets us know in commentary that that he's basically going to put himself over here. He said the feud over the color orange led to a feud between Team Taz and Orange Cassidy. Nightingale hits a pounce on Ford and sends him flying. Misses a moonsault through, and Ford dropkicks her and locks on the Muda lock for a submission. Brandy Rose defeats Robin Renegade, lots of Renegade, with Charlotte Renegade, I guess. Anyway, the Renegade sisters get into it with the fans at ringside. Dominance from Robin early, gets a near fall suplex, works her over. Chin lock there, Rhodes battles out and hits a super kick. After more interference from Charlotte at ringside, Anderson comes out to run her off back in the ring. Rhodes then comes back in, hits an enziguri and a pop-up elbow for a near fall. Robin then comes back with a frog splash for a near fall. Brandy then hits a pump kick and locks on the Regal stretch. Taz calls that a stretch mark, and Robin taps out. Joel Jalal defeats Jules Coleman. Coleman makes his debut with the loss. Joel hits a sit-out Death Valley driver followed by a pump kick and the pinfall. Wingman cut a Christmas-themed promo, and they promise to beat the best friends. Peter Avalon and Cesar Vanoni are going to face Orange Cassidy and Wheeler Yuta on Dark next week. Anyway, Isaiah Cassidy with Joel Jalal defeats Carly Bravo. Matt Hardy does not accompany his troop to the ring here. Cassidy looks good enough. Joel tries to interfere on Cassidy's behalf, gets thrown out at the entrance stage. Back in the ring, Bravo hits a scissors kick for a near fall. Bravo misses a charge in the corner, and Cassidy hits a jump up cutter off the middle rope for the win. Kiera Hogan defeats Chance Royal 227, and then Royal is not a big deal here. Hogan wins with a spinning kick. Bear Country defeats Zach Clayton and Mike Orlando 506. Bear Boulder is obviously, I would guess, the stronger of the two. Orlando is a huge guy. Bronson doesn't have any problem overpowering him. Clayton distracts Bronson, and Orlando hits a discus clothesline for near fall. Clayton comes in with a drop kick for another near fall. Bronson then hits his opponents with a crossbody. Orlando hits the same time with an impressive spot, and the Bear Country Jamboree. This is not the Bear Bomb, and Bear Country gets a victory. And anyway, so 10 with -1 defeats Leroy Patterson with Howdy. 3 minutes. Patterson is dressed in Amish clothing, and everything falls apart. And then there's problems leading into the match. Gets the run of the ropes and takes a bump against Turnbuckle, falling awkwardly in the corner, and then goes over the ropes, clothesline, and gets a mismatched kick. Gets stuck against the top rope before feeling slumped down and kicked out of the ring. Anyway, on the floor, -1 steals Howdy's hat. 10 clotheslines him and then gives him a chase back in the ring. 10 hits a spine buster with a full Nelson, giving him a submission after the match. -1 rides Howdy around ringside. Sean Dean defeats Lucas Jason. 2 minutes. Dean wins with a swan dive splash off the top rope. Before that, though, going a little out of order, Red Velvet defeats La Rosa Negra. Negra hits the Gourd Buster for a near fall. Velvet takes Negra down off the top rope with a Cazadora, and then Negra lands on her head. Velvet hits a final slice for the pinfall. Matt Sydal defeats Serpentico with Luther. Matt Hardy and Billy Gunn gets left off the show, but Luther is still here. We don't understand why. Dives and stuff from Sydal. Serpentico comes back with a high boot and a clothesline. Back of the head gets him a near fall. Luther screams at ringside for no reason. Serpentico sets up Sydal out to the floor, and Luther holds him as Serpentico goes for a tope, but Sydal gets in the way. Luther looks for the burnout one instead, and then back in the ring, Sydal hits a sliding knee for near fall. Top rope Meteor for another near fall, and Serpentico comes back with a thrust kick. Leaping flatliner, Sydal gets the win with a lightning spiral. Anyway, that will close this particular program. Again, not the best of programs, but it's a dark show, so what's the big deal? Anyway, we'll be back with more right after this.